Welcome, 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 welcome to this reading. Only take what resonates and leave everything that doesn't. Let's start with the dice. Woo! Dice is already falling. I kind of intercepted that, so. Woo. All right, we have Uranus, Virgo, and the 6th house. Double Virgo. Okay, we are going to put that to Capricorn then, because Capricorn would be the devil. Sudden change. Oh, okay. So I'm kind of getting like mixed messages because I kind of feel like there could be somebody that's like hiding from you, or like you're hiding from somebody. And trust me, there's a couple people I'm hiding from, okay? So I can totally understand that. But I also feel like, you know, somebody could be hiding from you. High Priest in reverse. Taurus energy. Now we have all the earth signs. With the King of Pentacles, as I say that. So this person might be an earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But at the same time, I'm like, Page of Wands, 4 of Wands in reverse. Karma. King of Swords in reverse. There's the Hermit. All right, Ace of Wands. Okay, there's the Queen of Swords. All right. With the 10 of Swords hiding behind her. Okay, so something is definitely hiding from you. As I just said, something is hiding behind the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is you. Okay? And you could be an air sign, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But I feel, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're feminine. Okay? But I feel like there is a feminine energy out there. Okay? That, I don't know, has been betrayed. Like what, it's like what they have behind them. Like the past that this Queen of Swords has behind her is a bad past. That's what that is. Okay. So like not everybody's pasts are horrible. This is like you're basically left for dead. Okay. You're basically left for dead. All stabbed in the back. All shit that you never saw coming. Okay, and then the Queen of Swords is here, but ironically, the King of Swords is here as well, but he's in reverse because this is the person that I feel like is hiding. Okay, so they're lying to themselves about, I mean, they have karma. Like I put karma right on top of them, and they've got the Hermit in reverse. So I do feel like they want to come out of hiding, or you want to come out of hiding and show your face. Okay. And it's just like somebody's just lying to themselves to think that this isn't like lined up directly for you. Okay. It's like you're not getting the memo, the High Priest in reverse. Like, I think that's spirit trying to tell you that Something is there for you. Like, this is karma that is there for you. And it's kind of coming, I don't know, maybe has something to do with you finding out something, okay? But it's like, I don't know if it's just been because you were unsuccessful in the past, okay, with that same situation, but it's like you get the courage or the fire to redo it again. Okay, so this might be something that you failed at, right? You might have had, some type of skill that you acquired go really wrong, okay? And you did something, and let me tell you, like, my father always pretended to be this carpenter, all right? And he was working on this man's house, and he was doing a lot of the electricity work, not as an electrician, okay, let me tell you. And while he was working on this man's house, these other men came in to stain the floors. Like, I think this man was redoing his whole house or something. He was a pretty rich man. He owned a coffee brewery. So, like, I mean, but he's a little old. Okay, he was a little old. So my dad was doing a lot of shit for his house. Anyways, these kids come in, because they were like younger guys. They come in and they put all this stain on his floor. And if you know, stuff like that is very flammable. And they set up heaters, okay, to dry the floors, and the house caught on fire. And my father, obviously this guy had insurance and shit, but right away the insurance went to my father. Like, all right, did you work on this? What did you work on? Right? Did you have your hands in any of this? Did you touch the panel here? And like, he was on a hot seat. Like, he was his own personal business that I couldn't tell you for sure if he was claiming the money through the government or not. I don't know per se, but I mean, he was taking full jobs and getting paid for them. So whether he was scamming the government, I have no idea. Okay. But once that happened and the insurance company and people got involved, he like backed out. He stopped doing carpentry altogether. He stopped working on that man's house, and it really scared him, right? Because when you're maybe possibly doing something and you don't know, like, you're not licensed and you don't fully know what you're doing, okay, you might have fucked up somewhere, okay, almost burnt your house down, or did something, and spirit is like, maybe that's what you think, because it wasn't successful. Okay, and nobody died. Okay, nobody died. Nobody was hurt. Okay, this person, okay, you got hurt a different way. This person thinks that they're going to hurt you like you got hurt before. Okay, so, and that's why they're lying to themselves, because I feel like whoever this king is, okay, this King of Pentacles, that's hiding, it's like they're having a really hard time forgiving themselves for something. There's the Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like that's his queen, okay? And it's in reverse, as if he doesn't want to get married, or he doesn't even want to try, or he doesn't want to tap into his feminine energy at all to try to get any money, right? Because maybe it's the feminine energy that's going to activate the masculine again, right? To do something, because a lot of people, they want to have at-home businesses and they want to have their own personal businesses, but there's no real like feminine touch, right? It's just the masculine touch, and the masculine is usually devoted to the money, where the feminine energy brings in and kind of nests and make the place, look like home. There's not a lot of masculines that can do that. The masculines that can nest and make themselves at home are in their feminine energy. They don't necessarily have to stay in there, but I'm just saying they know how to use their feminine energy. Some people don't know how to use both energies. Okay, they if they're born a feminine, but they haven't had a good past, then they're most likely in their masculine, and it's very hard to get them in their feminine. So when they go into their feminine, they're usually like eccentric, very, very emotional, or very angry, because they don't know how to tame their feminine energy, because they've never lived in it. They've only lived in masculine. Okay, some people, and the same with masculines, if they've never lived in masculine energy, they've only lived in feminine energy, when they step into their masculine, they rage, okay? Or they go directly for money. They go for directly something they can control, because the feminine energy has been taking them over and they've been too emotional, okay? So there's something going on with this person, okay? And that's why they are hiding, because they're trying to, I think they're trying to, this is a very peculiar word that is coming to my head. They're trying to disassociate. So that means that they're seeing things that are wrapped up in this karma, and they're trying to purposely dissociate from it because of whatever this Four of Wands was in reverse, but they can't. Okay. You can't unlearn things. You can't unlive things. It's something to disassociate from something. You really have to then detach from it. Okay. And not associate with anything to do with it. It's like becoming a vegan. You can't just go, making out with everybody eating meat. Then if you want to do something, then in order to do it properly, you would have to disassociate from main people that eat meat, because if that's what you're trying to do, it's sometimes we don't really understand the fullness or the magnitude that we have to go to. Okay. It's like people who get into relationships, suddenly they realize they kind of start seeing their friends kind of fall off. It's because they're concentrating on their life. Okay. They're concentrating on the energy that they're in. They can't push their energy out now to all these friends, because now they're trying to make something at home. Okay. Which means people have to go to this person. Maybe that's why they're a hermit. Maybe they don't really come out very often and people have to go to them. Okay. But they're still, it's almost like maybe they don't want you to go to them. Maybe they want to go to you. Okay, because that could be something. This person seems to be very homebodied, and maybe that's what they have to get out of, is that maybe they don't want to be alone anymore. Maybe this is like, you with work or something, you don't want to work alone anymore, right? You want to work with a team, or you want to have somebody there, right? That changes the game. Okay. That changes the game. So they think they're going to become this person that hurt you, or they're going to stab you in the back. Nine of Swords. Look how much they're worried about it. This shit worries them at night. They get in their feelings at night. They get worried at night. This Hermit. They're in a lot of dark energy. There is the High Priestess, but they know how to tap into energy. They know things that most people don't know. Okay, they know how to read between the lines. They know how to read in between dimensions. They have a familiar beside them. They're grounded. Okay, they live in a world where they know that nothing is what it seems. Okay, that there are things in between things that hide other things. Okay, this person is not one-dimensional. So why they're stopping themselves and lying to themselves, they might only be lying to themselves because there's a Six of Cups of what happened in this past, okay? Or simply lying to themselves so then they can acquire more information. It's like maybe they're, I don't know, putting themselves on hold, or like they're trying to, they don't want to catch the bus. They want to miss the bus and they want to catch the next one. Maybe this person has a really hard time with like time itself. Maybe they feel like sometimes things get too heavy for them to carry and they just can't commit. Okay. And if you have a hard time committing, right, because it's scary and it's like you have to be all in. You can't just half-ass shit. This person doesn't want to half-ass anything. Okay, so they're lying to themselves simply because they're witnessing something that it's like when the bells ring, like it's like the thing they have been waiting for, the thing that they've, like if you got it, you'd be like, oh, you know what I'm getting? The part of Goon where Glatt, he calls that chick on the phone. He's like, oh, I meant to call my friend and I didn't mean to call you. And she's like, okay. And he asked her to come out and she's like, no, I really can't. He's like, okay, well, how about I just like take you out for like a coffee or something? And he's like, I don't drink coffee, but like I like Gatorade. He's so cute. Okay, and she's like, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll meet up with you. And then he hangs up the phone and he fist pumps in the air and he goes, yes. Okay, because he just got the girl. Okay, so this Six of Cups, again, on the bottom of the deck, I don't know, like, if you know this person, okay, or if this is just the past that they're worried is going to come back alive again in some way that they're scared of. And maybe it's not that they're scared, but they're worried about something. Okay, they're worried about something. But you know what's so weird is that they're carrying this 9 of Swords, okay, with them, while you're carrying the only sword that you have, which is truth. If you put that together, okay, you technically get the 10 of Swords, which is, I understand now why this person is worried, because that looks really, really bad. But after the 10 of Swords, where do you go? To the Page, the new idea. So this is why maybe something has to come to an end. Maybe there's this stalemate. Maybe this person hasn't spoken to you, or maybe this is something that you've lied to yourself about for too long, and you're finally going to do it. You're finally going to take the reins off. You're finally going to, unhide yourself, okay, and be seen again. Like, just because something goes wrong, it goes wrong in your life for a reason. It's because you had to learn. Like, so many things, the only way we learn is by doing it wrong, okay, and then we try again, and then if we do it wrong again, then we try again. There's no reason or times that you can try something and then stop. It's you try until you don't want to anymore. And if you choose not to, then you're giving up. And if you want to give up, then that's what you want to do. Just be okay with that. Don't blame that on somebody else. If you give up, you give up. Don't blame that on an outside source anymore. Right? Because maybe that's what it is. It's like maybe somebody has a hard time finishing things, or right, once they start something, it has to be finished. It has to go to the end. They don't just start something and then go back to it a few months later, right? So maybe that's their problem, right? Is their commitment level is very high. Okay, so if they start something, it's going to start. It's not just going to stop and then, have its few weeks of rest and then start again. It's going to be, something that continues on forever, right? So this king has to decide if that's what he fully wants to do. And that's why he's sitting there, because he doesn't know if that's what he wants to do. But then as the hermit, he stands up and moves forward, which scares the shit out of him. But the thing is that the more you get scared, the more you know it's right. The more you know that you're going down the right way, because the scariness then becomes an excitement about what is to come next, as opposed to, oh my God, I know what's going to happen next, to, oh my gosh, like anything could happen next, right? That's the spice of life. Like sometimes though, we have to like plan everything and know exactly what's going to happen. And if something creeps in that we don't know about, it sometimes freaks us out because we weren't planning on it. But it kind of seems like with karma here, aka judgment, you've been waiting for this for a long time. So shall it be. Oh, good God. I finally realized how to watch the chat afterwards. I always wanted to watch the chat because I have so many people will write in the chat, but I can't read it because I'm channeling. I finally realized how to watch the chat later on. So if I say weird things and stuff, you can pull the chat up after this has been recorded. Fun fact for you. I always heard about this way of doing it, but I didn't know how to do it. Last night, I decided I'm going to restart watching 6 Feet Under. And look what's up there, 6 feet under. I just stared at it. And I don't think I made this card with that show in mind. So I don't know, maybe someone's going to die. This card just jumped out of my hand. Their side and no other. What the fuck is that about? Reaching a higher level. Loving nostalgia. Protection is needed now. Okay, these are my back and forth cards. All right. I wrote on either side of them because it's kind of like an opposites deck. I don't know. There's not really many around. I think there's only like one deck out there that's back and forth, which is like, I don't know. I think I might make decks in the future. I'm just saying, because the tarot decks out there, some of them, like, they're awful. Like, they're awful. I make my own tarot decks because of how awful tarot decks are. That should alert somebody. Okay. So, you saw this coming. Wow. Okay. So, my cards are speaking to me. Somebody out there is They are on the opposite side of you. Okay. They do not want to be on your side. Somehow, something to do with you, somebody is taking personally. Okay. And they have climbed this assumption ladder pretty fucking high. Okay. I don't know what you did to this person to get them triggering you, or that you triggered somebody. Okay. You triggered somebody. Okay. And this person is supposed to be a good person. Okay. Their life is set on very loving nostalgia. And they have hit a point of such anger with you that it's almost like you have to unleash this person's true identity. You're working smart, okay? This is what it is. This is fucking hilarious, okay? Because right now there's somebody physically actually fucking with me at their work, and they think that I'm dumb and I don't know what they're doing. They think I don't know that they're watching me, okay? They think I'm fucking over the government and I'm taking all this money and yeah, right, like I'd live in a crack house and fucking hide money from the government. Are you kidding? I wouldn't fucking live here. Okay, so this person, she really thinks that she's catching a bad guy, okay, while watching me. And what she doesn't understand is by putting so much of her energy on me, who's not doing anything, she's letting bad guys slip underneath her. Okay, so that's what this is textbook. Okay, so you're going to have somebody come into your life right now. Look at this. This is literally textbook. Use your imagination on this. This is where tarot gets, you start swimming into the deep ocean. Okay. Somebody around you is possessed. Okay. But spirit wants them to go into good energy. So they've been placed in your path. Okay. So then you can change the energy of this person. This person is possessed. So what they're doing is they're displacing their anger onto people like you, thinking they're going to catch a bad guy, when really the bad guy is the pedophile in their family that they won't talk about. But they become a social worker, or they become somebody like a therapist or a shrink that wants to help, when really they're hiding all of this shit under the surface, going, well, I help people. No, you don't. You help people, but you help them under the spectrum that you think you're motherfucking Teresa. You're doing all these people a favor, but then you narrow in on somebody like you who's not doing anything. They think they found the jackpot, the ultimate scammer of the world, and they let all these people by because they're concentrating on you. Okay, the one person who's not doing any, you know what I'm getting now? Prisoners. This is very peculiar. So this, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It's old. So Wolverine is the dad in it, okay? And the cop, his daughter goes missing. And the cops, okay, the one cop, fucking Donnie Darko, Jake Gyllenhaal, okay, just concentrates on the father. Because the father has this abandoned building that his father gave him, okay? And he thinks that the cop, thinks that this father is hiding the girls in this abandoned apartment. While he lets the pedophile go, who's got the kids, because she looks like a sick old woman. She looks like such a nice, nurturing woman who would never, ever hold women, against their will. Only, you're literal. Okay, what's happening right now is somebody is profiling you. Okay, because you look like the ultimate scam. You really do. Somehow you have sparked somebody. Okay, you might even have fucking cops watching you or some shit. They might think you're a fucking drug dealer because somebody called in to Crime Stoppers and said you were doing something, and because of where you live, maybe you live in a crack building, maybe you live in a meth house like I do, they automatically think you're a drug dealer. Okay, when some people just live here, bitch, we ain't doing anything wrong. It's called the status of our fucking situation. Learn about it. Quit fucking trying to read. Quit trying to play detective while literally people are going under the radar. Do you know how many people fuck over the system on a daily basis? But they look old. They look sweet. Oh, they look nice. And you look like an asshole. You look a little rough. You look like somebody who, I don't know, holds their fucking ground. So you look like the bad guy. So somebody is, I can't say racial profiling you for sure because I don't know like what race they are versus you. I don't know if it's sexual profiling. I don't know if they just don't like you because you're a woman and they've got women issues. I don't know if you're a man and they fucking don't like men. I don't know what it is. Okay. It could just be your attitude. It could be the way you hold yourself. Could be the way that maybe you don't give a shit. Maybe you don't fucking put up with anything and they don't like that. So they're going to profile you in a way, try to take something away from you, but say while doing it, they're the good guy. Well, if you were the good guy, why are you letting the bad guys go while concentrating on the good ones? Acting like the good ones are the assholes. When what? Are the bad guys attractive? Do you like the bad guys? Or because they're schmoozing? The bad guys will smooze you over. They'll try to fuck you because they're a bad guy and they want to go under the radar. The ones who are telling the truth will be like, fuck you, scan me again. Don't just fucking put me in that pile. I'm going to fucking ask for a retrial. And then you look like the asshole. Right? Because the criminals want to look like the sexy, seductive people, right? So you're going to come face to face with a fucking profiler, okay? With somebody who is reading your profile and they think they've got you pegged. They think they know. They think they've hit the jackpot. Okay. Now I'm getting this other show that I recently watched, and this woman, she was a cop and she was like, call all the resources. And she was actually not a cop anymore. And her chief was like, you know, are you sure? And she's like, yep, I know exactly who did this. I know exactly where they are. And she profiled that motherfucker. She just didn't like him. So she used all these resources, okay, to profile in on somebody. And again, she let the bad guy go right in front of her because he was a good looking man. I mean, like some people, they really, things have happened to them and they try to play Mother Teresa, okay? And they come after good people, right? And it's unfortunately, you know, kind of just the way that the light's getting hit, you know, it's just kind of one of those things at the airport when they say to hit that button, you know, like they say that you're not being profiled. They say that it's random, but we know it's not. We know it's not random. It never is random. They say that it's random, so it throws you off and you think it's not random. But when you get hit every time, it's like, okay, this isn't a coincidence. Okay, the world isn't lazy. They don't line up things right in front of you because they're farting around taking a shit in the back. No, they're like lining up coincidences in front of you because that's how divine you are. That's how set on timing you are. So whoever this person was, they have reached a point of such hatred with you because their own point of view is blocking them. Okay, their own possession is blocking them because they're claiming good energy when really they're using that good energy to hurt people. Okay. And they slide under the radar. That's what they do. Okay. You, unfortunately, for some reason, don't slide under the radar because this is a job that you have to do. And somehow I feel like you've seen this coming. Okay, you've seen this coming. I always know I'm going to get profiled in some way, so I cover my ass in every way possible. If I say I'm not making money, I'm not making money. If I say I made money, I say I made money. I don't fuck around. I never have. I never will. Okay, I'm always somebody that's been on my own. I've always had to do my taxes all by myself. I never fucked with the government. Why would I? Okay, if I say that I made this much tips, this is what I say. Okay, like it's kind of one of those things where I've become, I don't fuck around. I don't lie. There's no reason to. Okay, but this person thinks that you're a lying sack of shit. You might never lie in your life, okay? But somehow you just you keep getting put in that line. And I think it's because spirit knows that you don't lie. So you do get put up face to face with people who call you a liar. So then because it's their trial and error, not yours. You pleading that you're telling the truth. Spirit already knows you told the truth. Okay, so it's their job to hear your truth and believe it. If they don't want to believe it because they're on their own fucking ego trip, because they're possessed by something, they won't let go. Because a lot of people, when they get possessed, okay, something comes through them, on and on and on. It comes through them. It comes through their veins. They can feel it coming. If they know they can feel something coming, why don't they not, why don't they choose to control themselves? Okay, this person is choosing to unwire themselves, okay, because they are so set on, kind of burying you. And that really kind of sucks because they might lose their job because of it. They might lose their family because of it. They might lose their kids because of it, right? They might lose something because they are so far into their imagination with you that they have let this evil feeling take over them. instead of going, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going to put the sword down. Maybe I'm not going to fight anymore. But they're going to keep fighting because there's something around them that's saying, fuck this person. You deserve the best, blah, blah, blah. You can fight them all you want. When really, this fight might cost them their job, might cost them their life. Because now they've come up against, I feel like you are some type of cement block. Okay. And you're the thing that they can't destroy, the thing they can't walk past, the thing that they can't get through. So they come face to face with you. You say, listen, bitch, I'm cement. You can't get through me. And they go, they're saying they're cement. They're lying. I can get through it. Fuck them. They raise the alarm saying you're lying about what you're made up of, blah, blah, blah. But and instead of actually, tapping on you and going, are you made of cement? They just said that you weren't, said that it was all a facade, and then went to go through you and broke their entire body. You want to play with a fucking, cement truck, you're probably not going to make it. Okay. But some people are so fucking, they won't listen to other people. Okay, they won't even listen to themselves. They won't listen to other people. They won't see when they're acting out of control. They won't see that they're hurting other people. So they have to come face to face with you because the universe is over them hurting people, because they've watched them over and over and over again abuse their authority, abuse their power, abuse their position, right? But they cannot abuse you. Right? So the last card that we have is protection is needed with treasure. You're the treasure. You're the thing that they've come up against that they won't survive. Okay. But they keep fucking with the more vulnerable ones. You're protected. Nothing can happen to you. This is what's supposed to happen. Okay. Because Spirit knows how much they've got your back. They try to penetrate your aura. They're never going to get into it. You're somewhat of a solo artist, but at the same time, you work with a team. Okay. When you know that you need your team with you, you call your fucking team in. These people, this person is going against people because they're possessed, and the thing that they're listening to wants them alone. It wants them to lose their job. It wants them to act like a crazy person. Right. So that's when they come face to face with you. You've already been labeled crazy. Okay, you've already been labeled fucking fucked, possessed, whatever it is, right? So you come face to face with them knowing that the things that people call you are just that, things that they call you. It's not in any truth, right? When this person comes face to face with you, their possession will be known. Because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to lose it. If they, a lot of people, though, I feel like this person's going to unleash something, and they're going to unleash something in front of the person that keeps thinking and defending them. As if they're such a good person when you haven't even seen what this person can do. You have no idea what they can unleash. They're possessed. They're doing things to hurt people, and they're ready to explode at any point in time. And maybe that's why a lot of people don't stand up to this person, because they're a constant time bomb where you really don't know what you're going to get. But you, because you're so protected, it doesn't matter what they are. You've got this spiritual body proof shit on, right? So it's like they couldn't see you coming if they tried. You're the ultimate test. You're the last test. And they're supposed to do the right thing. They're supposed to realize that they're going out of control. But I can't say how this is going to end. I don't know if it's already done or if it's in the beginning or if it's hasn't even started yet, but I feel like they come face to face with you in this test, and I don't think they pass. I think they do it one last time, so then Spirit can be the one that shuts them down, or you're the one that shuts them down, because you're the treasure, and they're treating you like you're the garbage. Kind of backwards, eh? What are we at? 3457. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? All right, here we go. It's raining. So nice to see rain and not snow. I am shuffling oracle cards. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? I don't know if somebody's a big Star Wars fan here. I don't know. I just heard Young Jedi. I kind of like look like your name was Jedi, to be honest. All right, here we go. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. High Priestess of Fire in reverse. Differences, fulfillment, and risk. All right, we got number 5, 36, 20, and 31. Fragment underneath with message. Okay. Okay, so High Priestess of Fire in reverse with differences. Okay, so I kind of feel like High Priestess in reverse would kind of, the fire in reverse would kind of be like, I don't know, maybe somebody is exploring their passion, okay? They don't really know if it's something that they're going to get really involved with or if it's going, like, I think, okay, there's somebody around you, I guess, okay, that notices the differences between the two of you. Okay. Or maybe this is somebody at work, you know, like maybe, like, honestly, for a long time, like this one job, I worked at this one place for over 7 years. And the reason why I made it as long as I did there was because my managers, okay, I had some of the best managers ever working there, and they knew I was crazy. Okay. And because they knew, they just had this, they called me Mooner. Okay. They always included me in everything. Okay. They knew that, I mean, people in the restaurant industry tend to be kind of fucked up as it is. All right. It's kind of like the, you know, moo paw of all careers out there, of like the people who can't go to school, just become servers. Okay. Because we're all fucked up. Okay. And it's like my managers knew that. And it was for the first time where I've ever worked where they had my back. Okay, in every scenario, to the point where some of them would take me outside and almost yell bloody murder at me to be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, I don't know. Okay, immediately start crying, right? Because I massively lived under this dark umbrella for like mass majority of my life, not knowing why I was under that umbrella, why I was so dark, why I would freak out, why I could never find the light, why, you know, I always felt like people were talking about me, people hated me, right? I had so much paranoia because I'm a paranoid schizophrenic, okay? Well, I'm a schizophrenic now, not really so much paranoid, but I'm schizophrenic and I can hear everything around, which most people are, okay? It's telepathic communications with the things around you, okay? There's nothing wrong with being schizophrenic. But when you're paranoid schizophrenic, okay, it's because you're hearing things, and a lot of it they say is paranoia because people won't admit their own thoughts in their head. So they're thinking something about you, you know it, you can feel it, and they're going, that's not what I'm thinking about you. That's not what I'm thinking. And you're like, yes, you fucking are. I know you are. Okay. But people won't admit that because people are cowards. Okay. They're cowards. So I would have these unbelievable managers that I swear to God would just know that I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I just sometimes, like, nobody stands up for me. Okay. So I sometimes feel like people are taking advantage of me or doing stuff to me because I'm the only one that stands up for me. So if I feel attacked sometimes, it's because majority of the time I've been attacked and there's nobody there to help me. It's just me. And it's always one woman against me. And that woman always grabs her husband or always grabs her best friend or always grabs somebody. And then I'm standing there by myself every time. Okay. It's an unfair fight every time. So with these managers, for once, honestly, there's 4, at least 5 in particular, 6. Oh God, at least 6 of them. Okay. That loved me so much that even if I fucking swore at a table and got the biggest complaint in the world, they never fired me. They never faulted me. They never got angry with me. They always understood that there was just something wrong with me, that I didn't mean to hurt people, that I didn't mean to act like this loud, oblivious asshole or something, that it was just me. And that when I smile and when I'm happy, I'm the brightest star in the room. But when I get mad, I'm the darkest demon that could ever fucking surface the earth. And they know that, but they can bring me out of my demon to the point where I don't even have to be in my demon, because I know that I've got people around me that sometimes people see that demon, they look at me, they know that I'm angry, they know that there's something there, and they automatically like make it personal. Like, oh, you have to be like that. And it's like, that's just me. Why do you got to be personal about it? Can't you just let people be a demon for a fucking second and realize that maybe it's their past and has nothing to fucking do with you? But people are so fucking like, okay, everything, they're so narcissistic. Everything has to be about them, to the point where they ruin people's lives, claiming that somebody's doing something against them when all they're trying to do is live their life. But they have to put themselves in front of people. They have to put themselves in front of a running car. And when they get ran over, go, they ran me over. No, bitch, you jumped in front of my car. I didn't fucking run you over. You know what you're doing. Okay. So maybe this person sees that there are differences in something. Okay. Like you would. You're not the same as everybody. There's going to be differences between you and other people, but it doesn't mean that you're not all, you're not in the same category or the same in some way. Okay. Like exactly. You're both cats. Whether one is white and one is black, it doesn't matter. Okay. You're both fucking cats. Okay, so there's this fulfillment and risk that comes in, because once somebody realizes, okay, or whatever this is, maybe you realize that there are differences. Okay, there's always going to be differences between you and everybody in the room, but why can't you be in the room? Because there's differences with people that they'll never admit. So if you could even admit your differences to maybe be like, hey, I don't really know if you guys are really going to like me because like I'm kind of weird. It's just people haven't admitted to themselves yet that they're weird too. Okay, so it's like whatever this risk is, okay, like maybe, I don't know, maybe you're going to like do a way different job. Okay, maybe you're going to go to something for like, go to school for something way different. Okay, don't hold back the fact that you think you're different from doing something, because everybody is different. And when you think about it, everybody feels that same way, especially the first day of school. You don't know anybody. You don't think everybody else isn't getting out of their car going, holy fuck, I don't know anybody. Of course they are. Some people just look more confident doing, something blindfolded than other people. Some people wear their fear in their face where others don't. Okay. So it's like, there's a fragment of something coming through. So maybe you're going to, I don't know, work on your differences with something, because you're going to have differences with everybody, but you're also going to have beautiful things in common. I mean, even honestly, you can find things in common with anything. Okay. If you want to, you will. It's the differences that keep people apart, when they're focused more on the differences when they should be focused on the qualities that you guys have that are more alike than indifferent. I'm getting this song in my head right now, So Far Away by Stained. And the verse that Aaron just sang was, now I lost it, but it's, and this is the smile that I've never shown before. Somebody wake me, 'cause I must be sleeping. Like, your life might get so much better. And it's going to be like, pinch me, because I don't think this is real. Something like that might be happening. Okay. And just because you can't see it, I mean, try to picture it then. And actually, I did this I did this kind of like ritual invocation kind of thing with water the other day. And if you want something, okay, this is like a good kind of like visualization kind of spell almost to do. You take a glass of water and like you don't have to fill the glass or anything, okay? But just like, you know, a good amount of water in a clear glass, nothing on this glass, okay? And focus an image in your mind of where you want to be, whatever it is that you want, where it is you want to go, okay? And visualize that. As you're visualizing where it is you want to go or what mountain you're trying to get over or whatever, you put the glass of water against your third eye. So then, because water is a projection, okay? It's a reflection. So if you project your image into a reflection, it becomes the reflection. Okay, so if you want something in life, then you can picture it, put it into water, okay, kind of visualize it for, you know, a minute or two or whatever, as you're transferring it into the water, and then you drink the water, and you put that visualization becomes a part of you. And that's how water works. That's how energy works, right? That's kind of how science, you know, kind of can take into it of how, you know, atoms and elements and chemicals, how they react to one another and how they, you know, kind of form this giant ball gas of fucking green earth that we're on, right? It's very amazing how things come together to create, a tree, okay, the elements that have to be brought together. So it's like, if you can't see something, maybe you want this like huge luscious garden, all right, visualize that, visualize your crops growing, right? And you know what I heard too, so I watched this documentary on a man that was a farmer way back in the 20s and 30s, and he grew sunflowers, and he was having a really hard time this one year growing them. It's like they just weren't reacting. It was having a hard time with the water, and the sun was going in and out, and clearly the sunflowers were having a hard time. So he went out, he had like acres and acres, okay? It was a very big farm, and he went out and he put speakers everywhere, and he wired these huge wires to each speaker. I mean, could you imagine back in the day how long that would have took him to do? All right. And I mean, they couldn't even be outside, so he had to like tarp them and shit. And you take them in every night, but every day he played music. He played classical music, and he cranked it to his fields. And his sunflowers grew triple the size than they've ever grown before. And it was something that he noticed right away, that sound, okay, everything is alive and it reacts to sound, right? Like I have a hard time being in my apartment without sound of some sort being on, because it's very quiet and I react to sound. I react to music. I don't, like, I'm schizophrenic. I hear voices all the time. So I don't want to listen to those voices. I want to hear what's going on in the real world, right? So I'll play music, or I'll have something in the background, right? And it always stimulates me, as opposed to, because I mean, I need my quiet time too, right? Where it's just me and I can't hear anything else. I don't want to hear anything else, right? Which is why at night, you know, you unplug the speakers. Can't have music playing all the time. They need their 12 hours of rest, okay, and of darkness, and then they wake up again, right? So it's like, I don't know, maybe, you know, just notice that as many differences as you have with somebody, everybody needs to sleep, everybody needs to eat, everybody needs clothes. So there's 3 things that you have in common with anything, whether it's an animal, a person, okay? Anything that's alive needs to eat, needs to breathe, needs to be alive, needs to have clothes, or needs to have fur, okay? Needs stimulation, needs to go to the bathroom. All right, you name it. So you might have a lot more things in common with something around you, okay, than you think. And they might be possibly, I don't know, maybe someone's going to reach out to you and you're like, whoa, really? Like, you like me, or you want to talk to me? Like, why would you like me? I'm not anything like you. You'd be surprised, like I said, how much you have in common with people. I mean, don't go by looks or like how people dress and shit. They might have a lot more in common with you than you think. Next message. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. 51. Woo, 51:15. I like that mirror. Six of Wands in reverse. Wow, okay. Six of Wands came in reverse. Then the Ace of Swords came, and then the Six of Crystals. 66. With the Ace in the middle. Okay, I don't know. I'm getting this mixed, like, feeling with this chick. I don't know. Like, see how she got no eyes? But her third eye is lit up. So I'm like, okay. So I don't know. You can't see something. You're seeing the... Okay, that could be it. Maybe, you... Okay, there's a lot of psychics on here. Okay, there's a lot of psychics, a lot of very intuitive people. You might have saw the future. Because if your eyes aren't open to it, that means, and your third eye is open, that means you're using your gift of foresight to see something. And your eyes haven't seen it yet. Okay, so you might have, I don't know, predicted the future in something or saw something. And then with the Ace of Swords, whatever you saw with your third eye, okay, is you're going to find out is the truth. Like somebody's gift of foresight is like very, very honest, very truthful. Like your intuition doesn't lie to you. And so to see a vision, okay, to concentrate on a vision and actually have it come true. And then the Six of Crystals is like, it's the Six of Pentacles. Money gets like just given to you. That's crystals that can just go into the ground and grow and grow and grow for you, constantly producing money. Okay, so maybe you saw Six of Cups, 666. Okay, with death. You could be Scorpio, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's like, yeah, somebody has to really believe in their gifts. Okay? Because, like, look at this. Look what's coming out of, see the coffin. Okay, see there's that black snake coming out of that coffin? Okay? That's what becomes a part of the Ace of Swords. Okay, so something that, like, I don't know, maybe you died and saw the future. Okay? You know, people say that they like die and they see shit. Maybe you died and saw the future. Death Moth as well. There's that eyeball again. You saw this. You saw this. You saw the future on something. You saw the future. I can't say that. That's all I can say is you saw the fucking future on something. You did. You son of a bitch, you did. Can't fight it now. You saw this coming. Maybe you saw something as a kid. And now I'm getting Slain. Slain used to have these dreams. I love, he's back on stage. He went on stage, that again. He hasn't been on stage as a rapper for a while because he's been acting so much, but he used to have these dreams back in the day when he was a kid about being on stage and being a rapper. And I could only imagine that because I never had anything. I never saw the future like that. I was never a kid and saw, this amazing fantasy that would come alive. I never did. So I have no idea what that's like. But to actually think that somebody saw the future on something and it's going to happen, the reason why it's going to happen is because you follow down the right road. All right. So I'm going to do with this black snake. Like snakes are... to hold the dagger of truth is probably the scariest thing to do in your life. Okay, so the dagger is there. Look at that. The dagger, look at this coffin, man. It's got everything. It's got the eye that you saw the future with. Okay, it's got the snake that it's almost like whatever it was that you saw, it looked like it was going to scare the shit out of you, or it was something that you were going to conquer that scares other people. Okay, something like that. And then the dagger of truth is there as well. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's just behind the snake there. Okay, so that's the truth. Okay, that life is scary, that death is scary, but it doesn't mean you stop. Okay, you keep going no matter how scary the fucking journey is. Okay, and then the death moth, transformation. Ultimate transformation. Because death isn't always death. It's one phase to another. And you know what's not there? The crystals. That's the one thing that because nobody puts death or money in a coffin. Okay? That's the one thing that's not there is crystals. Huh. That's very, 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 very peculiar to me because it's like you didn't. Okay, so you saw the vision and the money. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That was that. I don't know. Maybe something's gonna happen because that's the future. I don't know, maybe now I'm getting this episode of Friends where Monica, there's the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Daggers. Monica goes out on a date with a millionaire, okay? And she knows he's a millionaire, okay? Well, actually, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. He hits on her and he asks her out and she gives the name of the guy to Joey and Chandler knows who he is, okay? Monica has no idea that he's a billionaire. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying that that's, going to be the case, but I'm saying something like, I don't know, like wherever this death is. Okay. Cause there's a coffin here. There's death. Maybe somebody died in somebody's family and left them a lot of money. Okay. And it's just something they don't talk about because they would rather have the person in their life than the money. So they don't talk about the money, but they'll talk about the death of this person because that's what matters to them. It's not about the money. Maybe they'll tell you this over a drink or something. Again, like they won't, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. There's a 7 of Cups. I feel like this person is like, they might not talk about it until they're 7 drinks in. I feel like they would want to tell you, okay, but they don't. It's not a part of their life. That's why it's not a part of what the vision that you saw. Because it's just something maybe that was given to them, right? It's not even something maybe they even feel is theirs. They still feel like it's grandpa's money or something, and it's not even their money and they only have it because there's a lack thereof people to take it, right? Like they just took their chunk and that's it, and they don't spend it because maybe this person works. So they don't need the money, but they just have it. I don't know, maybe something like that. It seems to be like when you work, okay, and you actually like your job, then sometimes when you get given money, it is something that you just kind of put away, right? Because it really, you weren't really waiting for it. You work anyways. So it's like, well, I didn't, I work. So why do I need it? But I'm not going to give it away. I'm not dumb. Okay. It's not going all to the Children's Aid Society because we know where that fucking ends up. So it's just kind of something that like, it's just there when it's there. I know something about death. Something about death. Something huge about death. I feel like this person, they might have this dead person's ashes with them. I think this person meant a lot to them. There's a lot of truth behind that death. Magician. I think this person has the ability to do a lot of things. I don't know who they're going to become in your life, but you stand in your truth, and as do they. They just have a little bit more than you do. They have a lot. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe that's the one thing you don't have, or in like a lack thereof, right? So there's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, there's the Hermit in reverse. There's the Lovers. There's the Knight of Wands. The Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, Judgment, the Devil, okay, and then the Four of Wands. A whole bunch of signs just showed up. Virgo just showed up. Gemini just showed up. Scorpio's already here. Capricorn just showed up. I'm feeling a little fucking Aries energy too with that Magician. So the wheel goes around. I was going to just sing that Wheels on a Bus song. Maybe they have a bus. Maybe they drive a bus. They have a bus. Maybe you're going to meet them on a bus. Maybe you take public transportation or something like that. Again, with this Hermit in reverse. Now that we're coming up to some of the hotter months, people I feel like are going to be coming out of hibernation. Okay, and there might just be a lucky little number in there for you. Okay, and that's this Page of Wands. It's almost like I feel like it's a possibility that whoever this person is from the past, or whatever this six is from the past, I don't know, again, just take what resonates. They might be watching you. Okay, and once it becomes unbearable, they're going to say something. But right now, it's bearable, so they're not going to say anything. Maybe they're waiting for a long weekend or something. I don't know. Okay? Who knows? But it's going to get to the point where this person just can't take it anymore. Okay? And they have to say something. This person, I feel like whoever this person is, they're very disciplined. Okay? Very disciplined. And they take this shit very seriously. Okay, so that's like, there's not very much that happens in this person's life that they're not successful with. Okay, basically anything they do, they're successful with. Maybe that's why they have money. Like maybe they're just one of those people that it just naturally flows to all the time, and there's nothing that they can do. It just keeps flowing in because their ability to work. Okay. Yeah, okay. Eight of Wands just showed its pretty little face, and that's about action in motion. 10502. Okay. Action is this person's motto. Okay, so you saw this coming, like this, like, I mean, take what resonates. I mean, it could all resonate, okay, as your side and your side only. I don't know how many people are fucking here. I don't know. Personally, I only see two people here, but I could be mistaken. Okay. so many cards. Okay. There's Justice. So now we have Libra. 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 2 of Crystals. So now I'm getting once the trumpets play in this person's head, okay, and they can't live with it anymore. They have to do something. 7 of Swords. It's almost like somebody's gonna like make a promise to you or something. You know, when you cut your hand, like blood brothers, you know, it's like a pact, right? With Judgment, it's like, I don't know, maybe I feel like this is kind of cheesy, but I kind of also feel like maybe somebody is going to be like, listen, I can't marry you, or I can't commit to you, or I can't, I don't know, love you. So, I don't know. So, okay, just walk with me. But they're like, but I swear to God, I would fucking die for you. Something like that. And they're like, I will cut my hand right now and bleed if that's what you want me to do. But I just can't blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever the blah, blah, blah is, fill it in for yourself, okay, if this makes sense. I just can't do that. And it's like, all right, when do you want to meet? Because it seems like 2 peas in a pod. Okay, where did I see this infinity symbol? Magician. Okay, so see this, all of a sudden energy that comes between 2 people, okay, or 2 whatevers, okay, 2 rocks, 2 crystals, whatever. It creates a surge of energy, okay, and it's like when a butterfly flaps its wings, okay, like a tsunami or something like that happens on the other side of the fucking world, okay, that's what they say. Okay, look what is above the Magician, the infinity sign. Look what's created between the 2 crystals, infinity. Okay, so this Magician, it's like they're bringing the electricity. It's like 2 things have to come together. Okay, that's what the thing is that once they come together, then anything is possible. But until the 2 things can come together, then it's 2 things apart. I don't know how other way to say it. Okay, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I gotta get out of this energy. Woo-wee, do I ever. Oh, my nose. Ah. All right. Okay, here we go. Possibly could be the last reading. I don't know. That's what I heard. All right, Lithia, intensification with Ostara, incubation. Okay, so walk with me for a sec. So we have this incubation card, okay, with like the man and the ball of energy, okay? If you look at the middle of Lithia, it's like a ball of energy, right? So now I kind of feel like that ball of energy, and then with Chalice and fulfillment, I feel like there's something about to happen. This incubation is about to burst. Okay, because it's getting intense and intense and intense. It's getting more. Okay, it's like it's almost going to become combustible soon. Okay, if it doesn't release and get out from under the ground. Okay, and then with fulfillment, I almost feel like once you come out from under the ground, it's like that's going to be the happiest moment of your life. Like now I'm getting, oh, my lips are getting so dry. Like, you know, when somebody goes off to war, okay, and they do like, you know, 2 tours or something like that back to back, and then they come home. Okay, it's like that. It's like, I don't know if someone's coming home. All right, but it's to the point now where like somebody is just so excited. I kind of feel like maybe that's the intensification, is that somebody is so excited about something. Okay, maybe somebody's going to come and see you and you don't know about it. Okay, you're not, like, you have no idea that they plan to do this, possibly. I know, I'm just, let's see, lithium. Like, because this is Nightmare Before Christmas, like the anticipation of like Christmas morning. Okay, that's what I'm getting. There's the Magician. Then we have 10 of Pentacles, which would be like Christmas morning, okay? And then there's the Star. That's so amazing. To describe intensification, yeah, I'd fucking hope. Like, a star is a combustible, you know, it's on fire, okay? It's burning. 10 of Pentacles, that's everything that you want under the Christmas tree. And then with the Witch, let's see, 9 of Wands, Strength, Page of Wands, Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, and then the 3 of Pentacles. Fucking Hermit again. But Hermit is upright this time. Okay, but Strength is in reverse. Okay, so this Austera, okay, this incubation time, we've got the 9 of Wands. Somebody, like maybe you are sick of the war. Okay, maybe you just can't fucking fight anymore. Okay, you want to work with people. You don't want to fight anymore. Something like that. Okay, Strength in reverse is like your strength is gone. Like maybe you're just exhausted. Okay, like, you know, you do 2 or 3 tours in the war and you come back and like you haven't had any rest at all. Okay, and I'm just saying tours. I have no idea what you've been through. Okay, so this is some type of war and somebody's exhausted. That's why they're hiding. Okay, with the Hermit. Okay, this is once now Hermit upright. So somebody now wants to be hidden. Okay, because they don't have any more strength. They can't fight anymore. Okay, it's not that they want to be hidden. They need to be alone. Okay, until the energy passes and then they can work freely with something again, which is really what they want. Okay, so the Page of Wands, like the strength, like once you lose your strength and you really go like, I'm done. Like this war is over with. Sometimes that's what sparks the new idea. Okay, to be like, no, you shouldn't be here and you shouldn't be doing this and you are exhausted and fucking go home. Like, why do you feel like you still have to do this? Somebody feels like they still have to do it. Okay, so it's almost because like something's going on at home. Maybe they can't go home. There is no home to them, something like that. Okay, so they've stayed hidden, right? Because they don't know, like maybe, I don't know, maybe you piss somebody off and they are so scared to say I'm sorry or something like that. Okay, so now you've been away for so long, or they've been away for so long, but now they can't stay away anymore, right? They're really, really excited, and then they get into their head. Okay, then it's like, oh my God, I can't wait to see them. And then they're like, oh my God, but I know, but I left like 4 years ago. I didn't say anything, right? It's like somebody's so happy to see you, but they did something that hurt you. Okay, and I don't know, maybe they left you and the kid Okay, maybe they just pieced off, said they were going to war, and then just didn't want to come back. Okay, and you got left with the kids all by yourself, and like it just worked out. I mean, and maybe you're just a great mother or a great father, you know, and you stepped up and you did your role. Right now, they want to come back, and they're with all these presents and all these gifts, you know, as like the hero, but like they left on some very troubled waters. Okay, so this person has to eat a lot of shit. I don't care how many presents they're carrying, they have to eat the shit. And then that's where they go back into their isolation again because they don't want to eat their shit, which most people don't want to. But like it comes to a point where like, okay, you don't want to eat shit, but like, I mean, if you don't, you're going to be on the outside looking in this whole fucking rest of your life, right? Because that's the only thing you have to do. It's like, come on, just fucking do it. Are you kidding? Then you get paradise. All you have to say is that you were wrong. You were sorry. Some people don't know how to handle things, you know, like they get given the parent role or they get given the husband role and they fucking freak. Okay. They run, they don't know what to do because sometimes people, they don't really understand all the time, like what really is going on with them inside, right? Like what they watch, like they could have watched their parents go through the worst marriage possible and not really known it. Right. But they've always been scared of it. And now somebody wants to marry them so bad, or somebody wants to do something so bad. And they're like, well, fuck. Okay. Well, I've got all this other stuff, but I'm going to have to face the music on that one thing. Could be something like that. I mean, take it how it resonates. Obviously, if it does. If it doesn't, don't take it. But seems like somebody's like gets super excited and then just backs away. But eventually, the thing is that backing away, the more that they stay away, that's not strength. The more they're actually getting weaker by staying away from you. And I think they're realizing that now. Four of Wands. And then the Two of Swords. Like, I feel like whoever this person is, okay, I think wherever you are, all right, you have worked very hard creating this life without this person. Okay, like I can see like you have this, like, I don't know if you've got a team of brothers with you or something. You've got like a team of people with you that, you know, they've got your back because they know how hard you work, right? And it's like the youngest daughter and four older brothers, you know, like you, in order to get to the sister, I mean, you're going to have to go through the brothers. I mean, if the brothers don't accept you, then you're not getting in. Okay. And because they know how hard their sister works, right? Day in, day out, all the time, always repairing, always fixing, always doing what they have to do, right? For whoever this kid is, if it's a kid, if it's a family, whatever it is, right? Constantly working. So like they have this sister's back. So maybe this person is worried about these brothers, you know, like, well, what are your brothers going to do to me? It's like, well, why don't you go and fucking talk to them? Why don't you be a man? Why don't you say what you fucking did? Because they're not just going to rip your face off if you can admit what you did. And even if they do rip your face off, maybe you fucking deserve it. People are cowards, right? It's like they want to come in with the money and the gifts, like, you know, like they did nothing wrong, but it's like, why can't people speak? Like the gifts are not going to take away from the years that you left. Okay, like not everybody wants fucking gifts. Okay, gifts are shit. They mean nothing. Okay, it's just usually a cover up. This person has to learn that, like, no, they can't just say I'm sorry with a necklace or a bracelet or some shit like that, okay? There's the lovers, okay? I really feel like they want to be with you. They know they fucked up, but now they have to man up. Okay, there's the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so they have healed a lot. Okay, they've done a lot. Seven of Cups. Look at that. Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups back to back, both in reverse. This person could have drank a lot. Okay, they had a lot of fucking, I don't know, man. They might have done a lot of shit overseas. Okay, they might have like drank a lot. They might have fornicated a lot. They might have got their fucking freak on, okay? And you know what they realized? They wanted to go back home. Okay. And sometimes people got to get their freak on and get out and experience life. Okay. Because the restraints of, you know, being in a world with somebody can be very suffocating. Okay. So there's the world in the bottom. It's kind of like, you know, the world is kind of saying, if you want to be a man and take responsibility for this, then I can guarantee you nobody is going to fuck with you. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's the Ace of Cups. Okay. You give the right emotion. Okay. And get the fuck away with these presents. Okay. You give the right thing. You'll get everything you want, but it's not going to come from this. This isn't going to do shit. You bring up the presents after you said, I'm sorry. Okay. You don't put the presents out and then hope you don't have to say, I'm sorry, and go like, well, the presents should speak for themselves. They don't. Okay. You have a voice for a reason. Your presence cannot speak. That is for your mouth and your mouth only to do. Okay. Kind of a kick-ass reading. Face your fears. Face your fears. Where are we at? One, two, 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 two. That was amazing. Magical numbers, magical numbers. I saw 222 on the clock last night, and then I caught 1222, and then I caught 222. So 222s. Twos have been up in Hizza for Rizza these last few days. All right. So if you've been seeing twos, I don't know what that means, but we're all in this together, people. All right. Okay. Last message. Oh, yeah. See, I thought the last message was going to be the last message, but I got one more message. Kiss the girls. Good old Casanova. All right. There's the sun. Lightning. Okay. Okay, Blair Witch, Melting, The Truth, Horrible Choice, and The Boat. Okay. This never happens to me when I look at this. Well, okay, I can't say it never will in the future, but this hasn't to this day ever happened. What up, Monica? Nice to see you. When I saw Kiss the Girls, I immediately got The Little Mermaid when Sebastian sings Kiss the Girl. Okay. You know, when they're in the boat and blah, blah, blah. Kiss the girl. Okay. I got that song in my head, right? And I don't get that song in my head ever when I look at that card. Okay. And then walk with me here with the fucking sun and lightning and the Blair Witch. I'm like, okay, something's happening here. Okay. Melting with The Truth, Horrible Choice, and The Boat. Somebody, it's a possibility, made a very horrible choice in the past very quickly regarding you. Okay. You were the sun, you were the truth. It was a lot of brightness with you. This could have been a job. Okay. Job interview or something like that. A person interview. Okay. I don't know, a dating app or something. Okay. And they really wanted to go for it with you. Okay. And they didn't. They made a horrible choice. Okay. They froze up on you instead. And the sun is thawing this person. Okay. I'm noticing the woods are full of snow and there is no snow around me at all. Okay. Because the woods don't get the sun. Okay. Where all the trees are, that snow tends to melt much slower. Okay. So it's like, with the sun though, and sudden lightning, I don't know, maybe you met somebody in the past. Okay. And now I'm getting all this episode where Joey can't stand Janice. Okay. So this guy can't stand this woman, but it's his best friend's girlfriend. So he goes out and spends the day with her. And she knows, she says to him in the beginning, she's like, okay, we're going to have to spend the day together because sometimes it takes that long to like me, right? Sometimes you have a personality that people can really go like, ugh, okay. But then once they get to know you, it's like, oh, that's what people were talking about. It's like, yeah, you know, you might have a tough exterior, or like you might fucking swear like a trucker, or, you know, you might not rub people the right way all the time. Okay. And it looks, so this person, okay, they just went stone cold on you for some reason. Okay. I almost feel like they could have been like, I don't know, man, into like witchcraft back then or something, or I don't know, thought you were a witch or something, or like thought there was something wrong with you. You scared the shit out of them, maybe. Okay. So maybe you were their friend's girlfriend. Okay. Because now I'm getting, because now Joey's dating somebody that Chandler's in love with. Okay. So it's like, yeah, maybe you dated their friend a long time ago. Okay. And like their choice to turn on you, it's like, honestly, I feel like they feel so ashamed that, okay, say this was the boat that they gone on to, okay, to hate you. Just hypothetically speaking, okay? It's all hypothetical, okay? Always, people. Okay, this is the boat that they got on to hate you. They have now jumped off that boat, okay? And they are, I don't know, I just kind of like picture them on a dock, okay? So like say they got off at a dock, they've taken all their stuff off the boat, okay? And they've literally kicked the boat away. So it just floats into the abyss. They're so ashamed that they were even on the boat to begin with. But it took this person seeing the truth somehow. I don't know. Maybe they thought you were a liar. Maybe they had to hear a story about you. Maybe they had to go talk to somebody. I don't know. Okay. But somehow they really had to see the truth about who you are. Okay. And it's like like I said, they feel so ashamed that they even got on that boat of hatred, right? Because from the beginning they liked you, but then it turned. Something hit, lightning crashed. I don't know. Maybe you guys got into a fight. Maybe you got into a fight with his friend. Okay. Maybe something happened and he turned on you or she turned on you, because then you look like the enemy because they want to protect their friend. Okay. So it looked like, look at this prophecy, right? So I don't know, maybe they just didn't want to admit their feelings for you back in the day. So their feelings turned to shit and they went to a very bad place with it. Guilt trip. Holy Jesus. I don't know who this person is now, but they're guilt tripping themselves. Okay. I feel like they're guilt tripping themselves. They could have guilt tripped their friend out of not dating you anymore. They could have gave their friend very bad advice, so then they wouldn't date you anymore. Like they might have done some shit to you. Okay. And the thing is that they weren't necessarily lying. I don't think they were lying about you. I think there were things that they said about you to make their friend you know, if their friend didn't want kids or something, or their friend didn't want to get married, or their friend was like really like commitment phobic, then they might have said like, well, you know, they're going to want to get married, and you know, they're going to want to move in, and you know, they're going to want to do this. So they might have like purposely tried to scare their friend so then they wouldn't date you anymore. So then they would break up with you. Okay. Like this person's very shameful in what they did. Like they really just went no to you, no to this. And really what they were saying is yes. So something, like I said, something has changed in this person. And now they've left the boat and they've gone the other way, and they've realized that even being on that boat to them somehow now is shameful. And like, I'm not going to lie. I mean, there has been times where I have treated somebody a certain way, or like been a little bit harsh with somebody. And then, you know, a couple years later or a couple drinks later, I get to know them and I'm like, oh man, by the way, like I really fucking didn't like you. Like I've had to eat my words quite a few times with people because I don't always get it right. I don't always see the best in people or like think somebody's good. And like sometimes it might come off like I'm a bitch or like I'm stone cold or right, something like that. But really it's just, I don't let people close to me very quickly. And then some people I'll just naturally keep away from me because I know that they've got a bad attitude in them, and I don't want that bad attitude mixing with mine, because then it's just going to be like, what's the point? I mean, there's no point in fighting. Okay. Like, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you and this person could have been a little bit like opposite magnets, right? Because I feel like it was their personality. I feel like they didn't want to get to know you. They fucked up on it. Because I don't really feel like, I mean, I'm sure you've changed a lot over the years, but you're still going to be you. No matter how much you change, you're still going to like look the same and talk the same and dress the same, you know, possibly, right? You might not be a drunk anymore or a slut anymore or a meth head anymore or something like that, but you're still going to look the same. You're still going to be the same person. Okay. So if they like you now, then they might, I don't know, this person might, now I'm getting Usher. These are my confessions. This person might confess a lot to you, okay? That like, I don't know, they fucked up. They gone fucked up. Look at yes. Just when I thought I said everything I said, she says that she's got one on the way. That's not the words, but you know what I mean. Guess I gotta keep on true with my confessions. If I gotta tell her, then I gotta tell her now. I damn near cried when I got that phone call. I'm so torn and I don't know what to do but to keep on true with my confessions. They're gonna have to confess to you. Or if you know, are coming back around with somebody, or you know, gone and done something, Spirit is like, just confess. Okay, there's Sherlock. Just confess. I don't know if somebody's doing an investigation on you or if they're fucking checking shit on you or something like that. People got something on you or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Do your investigation. All right, like Joey does with Janice. Okay, he goes out and he tries. Okay, if you're not gonna do your research, if you're not gonna try, like maybe this is like your sister's boyfriend or something like that. You know, someone's coming home with somebody new and like you didn't like them in the past, and now it's like, well, you know, when people grow up, they tend to date who they want to date, regardless if all their brothers like it or not. You know what I mean? So now it's like you might, I don't know, maybe someone's gonna come into your life that you didn't like before. And Spirit is like, you're going to have to get over your shit because, you know, and tell some truth about this boat that you jumped on, the hate train, you know, that you jumped on because you know that you made an awful choice to do it and you shouldn't have. I mean, nobody wants to eat shit. Okay? Nobody wants to eat shit. Oh my God. I think a bird just laughed at me for laughing like that. He made the same noise. Honestly, you know how Usher hits. Fucking shit hits hard, bitch. They call me USHERAYMOND. Now, baby, tell me what you want to do with me. Got it feeling like Jodeci every time that you roll with me, hold me, try and get control of me nice and slowly. You know, never messing up, never messing up. I love Usher, but I don't, though. You know what I mean? I just love that one album, but I don't. That's the thing. I just know it off by heart because I used to listen to it all the fucking time. Anyways, there's a star. There's some type of path coming. Man, somebody got off your path, and I don't really think I think they regret it. I think that's why these confessions are going to start coming through. Sometimes you got to set the record straight. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to do one more reading. That was a weak reading. Whoa! I have a problem with my R's. Okay, let's do this. Last reading. Damn me, I don't know what to do, but to keep on true with my confession. Okay, no more Usher. That's it. He had his time. Here we go. Okay. Okay. I kind of feel like we have manifestor with creation, resurrection, tradition with justice, revolutionary sorcery with solitude, sexuality, legacy, and stability, and conjuring. I kind of feel like somebody is manifesting something that they used to do back in the day that they took some time away from. Okay. Like, I don't know if there's something that you do, like, you know, and you just kind of like put it away for a little while and you haven't done it for a while. Something like that. It's like resurrecting something that you haven't done for a while. And the reason why you're resurrecting it is because it's time to sell it, or it's time to create stability around it. Like maybe it's something kind of like lucrative that you can sell and make money. You just haven't done it for a while because you've been concentrating on something else. Okay, but you've manifested being able to like ultimately create. Okay, it's like infinity and beyond. I don't know. I think you're just really good at making money. So they want you to resurrect something that you normally traditionally would be doing, but for some reason you're just not doing it anymore. And this, whatever this side hustle is, I think, okay, it's like your legacy. Okay, it's like things that have to be in people's houses, things that have to be manifested into people's lives because people need it. Okay, there's also this kind of like little bit of a twist on the story with the sexuality where I feel like somebody might not have had sex for a while, and the universe is like, it's time to do the deed again. It's time to get back on that saddle. Okay. It's time to get back on that horse, because traditionally you would be doing it anyways. I don't know. Maybe something happened to you, your root chakra. You took some time off with your husband, took some time off, you know, healing, something like that. I don't know, maybe they want you to make SEX tapes, sell them. Maybe you're a really good looking couple. Okay, you haven't done it for a while. And now it's like, yo, people need to see you in their living room. I don't know. Okay, everybody is so different. Okay, it's something that can create stability for you in a lot of ways, and something that you've been manifesting, and something that you're not scared to do. Like maybe you were kind of like a little bit scared to do it before because maybe you didn't think that people were going to accept it or buy it or want it, or right. So you kind of put it away because maybe there wasn't a high demand for it. Now there seems to be a new higher demand for it. Okay. And it's something to do with like your sorcery. Like it's something like you put your magic into things. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you draw or you sculpt or you do something, and you put your magic in it. And that's what people need on their, tables in their living rooms or something. Maybe you have some type of Kundalini activation in you, and you help heal couples or relationships or something. And your art does something to people. Okay. You could create death art, something like that, and it invokes the spirits around them, right? It helps heal people after death, okay? Something like that. I don't know, something that it's a sustainable way to make money, okay? So Spirit wants you to do it because, why not ignite your gifts? If that's what you can do to make money, then they want you to do it because, it's a way that you can barter. You might be accepting money. Not all the time is money something that is needed on this channel. I don't always accept money for readings. A lot of it can be an actual barter system. You give me this, I give you that, right? There's no money exchanged at all. It's energy, okay? That's how anything can work, okay? Anything. I had a woman send me her own, she did ruin stones, and she made this beautiful set for me from scratch, and she sent them to me, and once they got to me, I did a reading for her. Okay. Again, it's not always like money, but sometimes we have to accept money for the things that we're doing, but it's not always necessary, but with the sexuality, I'm thinking like, there's a lot of hurt that goes on in people's homes, under their roofs. And once they stop sleeping together, okay, and connecting with one another, they begin to start transforming the relationship, and they can start breaking apart, okay? And that can ruin a relationship very quickly by not having sex. That the main part of the connection with people is through touch, okay? And if you're not at all touching, not even holding hands or being near each other at all, then you're losing the energy between the two of you. And Spirit wants you to resurrect it, because if you don't resurrect it soon, then the energy is just laying dormant. And with the energy dormant, you're losing energy. I think really that's what you're doing. I think somehow you're losing energy by not doing something. Solitude. I don't know. Choices, initiation. I don't know. Maybe something that you are going to start doing is maybe you're going to start working with somebody. Whatever it is that you're resurrecting, like maybe the reason why you haven't resurrected it is because it's kind of something that has to be done with somebody else. It's hard to do it on your own. So until you find the right person, it's like, even opening up a shop, say you have a shop somewhere and you're the number one creator. How can you be creating and running a shop? It's like almost like you need somebody that's going to be there when people open up the door, right? So I don't know, maybe they want you working again like that. I don't know. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. There's miracles, codes in nature. And then we have nature again, okay? And then accountability with vision and aura with trust. So, okay, so Spirit is like, if you're having a hard time seeing where this is going to go next, then wait for the vision. Okay. Because I do think a vision is coming. And once you clear and cleanse your aura and keep your aura safe, you might get a lot more messages coming in. Spirit really encourages you to stay in nature right now if you can, or connect with nature as much as possible, because it seems to be keeping your tempo clear. Okay. Nature doesn't carry the same hostile energies as people do. Okay. So they're like, as you, I don't know, maybe open up this gift again, they're like, if you can't see it, then wait for the vision. Because the vision there's going to be some type of vision that's going to show you something, how to possibly do this gift differently. Maybe you're going to do it with love. Maybe you're going to change your perspective on how you do this next part of make money. I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody, but there's choices to be made with alchemy. So that's putting elements together, mixing elements together to create something. So maybe you're going to change some shit up. Spice of life. Okay. And end this solitude and resurrect. I don't know. Maybe you've like taken a long time off social media. Now you're going to go back on it. Maybe you've got an online store. It's been kind of dormant for a while. You're going to turn it back on again, right? It's like, it seems like somebody's factory kind of stopped. And now they want you to, turn the line back on again and get everything going again, because people are waiting. People need this. They want it. They need it in their life. It helps activate them, and it brings you stability. It activates people around you while increasing your wallet. Okay. That's a pretty good exchange, I would think. But, Bing Dum D, I couldn't even say it. Bing Dum D. What the hell was that? I don't even know what I just said. Fucking, my hair is like, I have to brush my hair. It just keeps like, God, falling out. Wonder how many hairs I lose in one day. I swear, if I didn't want to have hair that was long, I would shave my head, because it's either long hair or it's no hair. Because hair is ridiculous. Create with channel. I don't know. Maybe Spirit's also kind of saying, like, if you know how to read tarot and you know how to read cards and stuff, like, start a channel. All right? Read cards. Like, do readings. Put them on Instagram. Put them on YouTube. Did you just hear that? Confirmation. Okay. I've told this one of my friends for a while now to do to start a channel. I mean, it's all part of you if that's what you want. Okay, if that's what you want to do, then but Spirit is like, if you can do something, do it. Because so many people hold back, right? And they don't do really what they want to do, and they should. Right. And it just really sucks when you see people hold themselves back on things that, so many of us, if we held back, we wouldn't be anywhere. Right. It's like people, you gotta take a risk sometimes on something. Right. And if you like it, you might as well take the risk on the thing you like. Okay. Don't take a risk on something that you don't like. Oh, God. Then you're really stuck. All right. Hasta la vista. I'm going to pizza. Thanks for watching. I'm glad it resonated, Monica. If anybody wants a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Message me. If not, enjoy the channel. All right. And yeah, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your emails, and all the nice love that you guys send me. All right. I really appreciate it. And what are we at now? 149.20, 420. Love it. I'll be back tomorrow with more readings. All right. Peace out. Word to your mothers.